Hello and welcome to our podcast, Catamount InSight. I'm Junwin Meza. I'm a junior here at DHS, and I look forward to sharing stories and more information about our school. So today we're here with Officer Johnson. He's the SRO of our school. So Officer Johnson, tell us a little bit about your job.
Like she said, my name is Officer Johnson. I'm the SRO here at Dalton High School. A little bit about my job is a lot about relationships with students and the staff. What I like to do is I like to build those relationships because that helps out in the future, especially when it comes to you guys as kids, you can actually understand what a police officer does, who he is, and realize he's just like a normal person. But when it comes to my job is definitely safety as well. So I'll walk around, make sure all the buildings are secure, make sure all the doors are secure, and making sure that people that are on campus need to be on campus, and people who don't need to be on campus, make sure they're not getting on campus. So that's essentially what I do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so safety is a very high top priority of our school.
Yes, ma'am.
What are your, kind of when you're walking around the school, what are the things that you're planning on?
So when I'm walking around the schools, I'm looking for prop doors. We really want to make sure that those doors are shut and that they can only be controlled by whoever's inside that classroom. I'm also just looking for people who, look like they're just wandering around and not, like if I see kids, like if I see them 2 or 3 times in the hallway, I'm like, all right, there's somewhere you need to be. So I'm kind of looking for skippers. Also going in the restroom, making sure people are not doing things they shouldn't be doing in the restrooms, and stuff like that. So anything that I feel like is suspicious, I'll kind of act on that. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm doing in the hallways.
Do you have a story for us that you're allowed to share about a student you may be caught doing something they shouldn't have? Or
So this is my first year at Dalton High School, so I don't have many stories at Dalton High School, but I do have stories at other schools that I was at in the Dalton Public School System, like the Dalton Academy. But I'll give you a quick story here. Of course, I'm always looking at cameras as well. I got access to all the cameras throughout the school. And, as I'm glimpsing through, I see a kid just hanging out on the stairs. So I'm like, okay, I'm giving him 5 minutes, maybe he's making a call or whatnot. Well, that 5 minutes turns into 10 minutes. So then I'll go find him, like, hey, man, where you need to be? In class. I'm like, all right, so let's go ahead and get to class. And so then I escorted him to his classroom. So just little stuff like that, because we're all here for school to learn, right? So I get it. Kids get bored sometimes. They want to get out, but you're here to learn, and I'm here for safety of the school. And I feel like kids are not in the right spot is a safety concern, because we want to know where kids are at all the times in the school.
So, being an officer is a very important job, especially at a school, especially, if a scary situation were to happen. What do you think you'd do if something like that were to happen here at the school?
So could you elaborate on something like
let's say we were on lockdown or something. Are you feeling scared or anything? You actually?
Any officer in any position, whenever there's something serious like a lockdown, that means someone's probably here that don't need to be here. Am I scared? I wouldn't say scared, but I'm prepared. I'm prepared to ready to whatever the threat is going to be to protect the students. That's my number one goal. And if that costs my life or me and Officer McDaniel's life, then we already know, we understand that. So we're here essentially as a bodyguard for you guys and the staff. So we're going to do whatever we can to make sure that threat is taken care of and to make sure that you guys are safe.
Now, have you always wanted to be an SRO officer?
Yes, I always wanted to be an SRO. I wanted to be a cop first, and I wanted to be on the streets, but my ultimate goal is when I got into this, I wanted to make an impact on the youth. And I think that youth, like I said, they are our future. You guys are our future. So I want to make sure you guys, I want to be a part of you guys' future in the sense of getting you guys on the right track, because I got kids as well. So, so whatever you learn, you're going to probably pass that down to the next generation, which would be my kids. So if you're teaching, if we're teaching you the right way to be, then you can pass that down to kids that are younger than you to be the right way. So, yeah, I always wanted to make an impact on kids. So that's why I'm an SRO.
How long have you been an SRO for?
So this is my 4th year. I did 3 years over at the Dalton Academy and the Dalton Junior High, and I loved it there, and got the opportunity to move over here. So I made that move over here, and I just love this job. I don't really consider it a job, to be honest. To talk to you guys, to do podcasts, I'm getting paid to literally to do this. So for me, this is it's essentially almost falls under a dream job.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I think I'd be scared to be a police officer. Do you have any words of advice for students who want to be one, maybe one day?
I do. I feel like if that's something you really want to do, I will say that being scared is not a bad thing. That doesn't make you weak. Being scared actually is a smart thing. You need to be scared, because if you go out there and not fear something, that's kind of a problem. I will say that, and I will say people who want to be a police officer or students who want to be a police officer, I would encourage them to get in a law enforcement class with Mr. Hensley and kind of see what we do. Like today, we're doing like traffic stops, so the kids actually get to see what we do, what our job is. There's a lot of disconnect with the community and the police because community don't know what we do. They just kind of see on the outside, like with media or whatnot. They don't really understand what we do. So I would say for someone who is interested in law enforcement, link up with me or go see Mr. Hensley, and we can link you up and you kind of see what we do.
If there was like anything going on, like what do you think we should do?
Yeah, so if you feel like something's not right, because everybody has that feeling like that didn't look right, or this person don't like they go here to school, just let us know. Let one of the officers know, or let one of the admin know, because believe it or not, that we can always follow up on that. Like we can figure out who's not here, or we can talk to that person, because if it's nothing, it's nothing, right? We can just move on with our day. But if it is something, then we can stop that immediately before something comes even bigger. And even that even happens out on the streets all the time. We'll have people call 911 and go, hey, this person's walking down the street with this one person, they just don't look right? So we can just go there and make contact, and who knows, you might save a life by doing something just like that. So I would tell people, listen to that feeling that you got of that don't look right. Anonymously report it to your teacher will go to the admin might get us involved, or just come to us directly. So yeah, just listen to that feeling that you have in the back of your head. If you feel like something's not right, report something.
We have
Sure.
a very great support system here, so
100%.
thank you for being here,
Yeah.
here in this podcast, but also like being in the school and helping out.
Of course, it's like I said, it's my dream job. Thank you so much. You had great questions.
Thanks.
Yeah.